Attorney General, my name is Alice Hoagland.
Nice to meet you.
I lost my son on Flight 93, and I have great respect for you and your office, but I have to say that I take great exception to your decision to give short shrift to the military commissions and to put the 5 most heinous criminals and war criminals into court in New York City. I can't help feeling that it does make New York City a much more dangerous place and a target, and it will give these ugly people, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and Ramzi bin al-Shibh especially, very eloquent access to all of the media sources in the United States. And for those 2 reasons alone, I would oppose this, not to mention the fact that there's been a tremendous delay now. As you know, on December 8th, when I was down in Guantanamo, I heard Khalid Sheikh Mohammed encouraging his buddies there, and they did, in fact, plead guilty and did want to be executed, and then withdrew their pleas because it was possible that execution would not be available to them because they had pled guilty. You are very conversant with the law. I am not. But I think that I can speak for many 9/11 families when I say that we are heartsick and weary of the delays and the machinations. And I am afraid that the theatrics are going to take over at this point, and I very much regret that.
Well, think of this, though. For how long have these cases been pending? I've been Attorney General now for about 8 or 9 months, and we've taken, I think, the first step towards resolving these matters. We are going to go through a process. They will undoubtedly try to do things in court as they did in the military commissions. They did things there. And
there were 26 members of the defense team as opposed to the 6 members of the prosecuting.
They'll do all that stuff. And judges can handle that. We've got experience in doing these things. But I think that what we have done is put in motion a process that will finally resolve these matters, and done so in a relatively short time, given the fact that this administration is only, I guess, 10 months old. I'm Attorney General 9 months, whatever it is. I respect the concerns that you have raised, and they were issues that I certainly considered. I did not give short shrift to the notion of military commissions. This was a tough decision.
I'm glad to hear that.
It was a tough decision.
I was very disappointed to understand that there was salted in among the attendees, the 9/11 family attendees during our June meetings here at the Department of Justice. There were salted in there several, or at least one that was particularly named, can't think of her name now, a member of a liberal group that considered I forget whether it was Human Rights Watch. I don't think it was the ACLU, but she was never announced. She came there as a guest and presumably as a current member of the Department of Justice. Would you say that she is typical of the employees of the Department of Justice now?
I'm not sure I know who you're talking about, but I can tell you that typical of the people in the Justice Department are folks who want to enforce the law, who want to hold people accountable for the crimes that they committed, and irrespective of what they might have done in their prior professional lives, are hard-working DOJ employees now, and who I think will make the American people proud.
I think, like you, I abhor torture, and I am aware that there were abuses that were committed during the past administration, and I have a great deal of confidence and hope that you and President Obama will be able to overcome some of the objections that human rights organizations have voiced rightly. But I am not a bit sure that this move is anything that's going to be healing.
As I responded, I guess, to one of the last questions, this is almost a trust me thing, I suppose, but there are reasons